you have a really cool and interesting story how the planning went wrong with you in the business, how you learned this lesson in a hard way. Can you share it with us?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. In my own business, I started putting quarterly planning into place about 2017. And I just watched quarterly planning slowly suck the life out of everybody. And the frustrating thing is that first, it felt productive. We're checking initiatives off, felt like a well-oiled machine. Everybody loved being involved. People reporting that it felt like they gave them more focus. They knew what they should be working on. But over time, reality kind of set in that we were just polishing the windows, but the foundations were cracking beneath us. The business wasn't really growing based off the work that we were doing in our quarterly planning. And people, like I said, really loved being involved, but they just started resenting the sheer time that was sinking into this. And then it was back in 2020 when I started coaching leadership teams at London-based scale-ups, and I saw the same pattern, and I started to see it more clearly. It's the same damn cockroaches. They kept scuttling back in, and it helped me see it so much more clearly from the outside as a coach that the real issues weren't being tackled. Companies were rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. They're wondering why that pesky iceberg wasn't getting any smaller. And there was one leadership team that I coached, and they decided to add 20 managers into this quarterly planning process. So normally, you have 5, 6, 7, 8. I've seen 12-person leadership teams. They brought 20 additional managers in. Is it admirable? Sure. Inclusive? Yeah, absolutely. But that's 20 full days, additional days, plus the core leadership team of lost work. The payoff is just a bloated process, more opinions than decisions, and zero of their biggest problems were being solved. But what I learned was that this excitement of choosing a goal, the drive that the whole team have to come up with a solution, they're still leading the teams to choosing the wrong goals. And they're spending quarter after quarter just running in the wrong direction. And that's when I realized it's the selection process that was wrong. It wasn't the energy. It wasn't even the intelligence of the people in the room. All of that was there. Adding more people made no difference. They just didn't have the art of selection.